Toronto Falters going at it in this pre-made match. Big three-piece to start off by Toronto with two big nades. And Bunks does get a big two-piece, but it's not enough as his teammates are coming up with spawns, allowing Cleveland Misfires to get this opening time down to the first 30 seconds. Cleveland Misfires up 10-0.
I mean, great start right off the bat right there. I mean, shout out Cleveland, right? They have a little bit of a rough start when it comes to the kill department, but they bounce right back. No problem. Get 14 points on the board. But Toronto now is finally getting some time. A lot of two pieces coming back and forth here. So we're going to see that all game long, I imagine. But Iffy trying to stay alive in the hill here. Just trying to keep it contested as the P2 is about to pop up. The side of Toronto is spawning good side here. That grenade comes in, saves a teammate, and kills the teammate all in one go. So I'd love to see that. That'd be a little bit of a god nade there. But
good with the
big rotation coming in.
Yeah, you see Toronto, they're really good with their nades, really good at placing them. You know, sometimes they hit teammates, but most of the time it's hitting the other team. But right now the kill feed is lighting up good for Toronto as they're just getting all the kills. You see Cleveland Misfires trying to push this P2 from the back, trying to get those P2 spawns, but it's just too much viscosity who's just taking down all of Cleveland Misfires. They're trying to get close to this hill, all four down. They are getting those back spawns. Let's see if Cleveland, Toronto knows. I think they do know that, but Silence does get a kill on the board, but Toronto Falters are just running away with this hard point.
Yeah, Toronto Falters doing a good job here, but the Diamond's not going to help you out now. It's Jumpy doing a good job. Look at the Diamond. Tries to just being annoyed right there. Almost gets a nice kill there, but does get taken down. The last 10 seconds going their way, and they're hitting this nice rotation right now. See if they can get anything out of that than a rate player Viscosity. Trying to get pushed on up to top. Barracks does just that. Will just be a slight foothold for his team here. Some nice kills still coming for the way of Cleveland as they clear things up a bit and get themselves set up for that new hill. But Iffy going to be here, be very annoying. Gets two kills that are absolutely massive. Is going to stay alive. The teammates are going to be here very quickly to reinforce.
Here, Cleveland Misfires are trying to get on this hill, but Toronto Falters are pushing it from the front side. Cleveland was getting that backside, but player 5 has flipped them out. There is one player on the hill. He gets taken down. Iffy trying to find the second. He does find the second. Shots are not being Iffy today. Now he got the pistol, trying to find the third. He finds that. His teammate Jumpy finds the last two players circling around the hills, up to Silence, trying to break in. He finds a great big two-piece of the player on the front and the side. He finds the player in the hill. One-man Cleveland Misfire army. Silence is being that guy. The rotation is on at Cleveland Misfire. Toronto Falters are already here.
Shout out the Toronto Falters hitting some crazy rotations and also just hitting the nastiest two pieces of all time every second. But Blakey Boost gets a two-piece of his own. Gonna get some good team help here as well. This is a massive hill for the side of Cleveland. They get the big time here if they play it correctly. Toronto's gonna start breaking themselves right back in. Jumpy with 2, looking for a little bit more. Is gonna get taken down. Is Cleveland gonna hold on for now? Gets a nice kill at the end there just to make sure Iffy doesn't have a chance to get another 2. He's been doing that. That Viscosity kind of waiting for the teammates to get here, getting a little damage down. Is gonna lose the life though. Chillins just being annoying with that one. But now the push coming in, Toronto Falters, multiple different angles here. The first kill coming in, second kill is following up as well. Cleveland though going to counter with 1, but if he stays alive, gets that second kill. Now the second wave trying to make it back for Cleveland. 20 seconds left on this hill. Toronto Falters trying to get that last bit of time, but Cleveland, they also want to try to get as much as they can as well. Ooh.
Toronto Falters, they're just lighting up the kill feed in this game. Big 2, big 3, always lighting up the kill feed from the Toronto Falters. Rotation back to P1. Player 5 was there, but Cleveland Misfires did a great job of taking him down, trying to get control. Second set of rotations could be the rotations for the Cleveland Misfires as they got 2 players on this P1. The second players are just around the hill, making sure that they don't make it an easy track for Toronto Falters to get to this hill, but those nades and those kills for Toronto Falters come in 3 pieces like we see on the kill feed as always, and Toronto Falters have broken into this hill. Right now we have a neutral hill, but Viscosity, big 2-piece with a nade as always. And Silence does get his cruise missile on his own to help his team temporarily, but this P1 is still in the favor of Cleveland Misfires.
I didn't even realize he had a cruise missile in the back pocket, so I'd love to see that pop it off there. The Flunks are working on a cruise missile of their own. Up to 5 kills so far, looking for more. Is going to get taken down, so, a little caster curse for you. You're welcome, Coley, for a free kill, apparently. That's my bad. That's definitely on me, but Toronto Falters Getting ready for this rotation. I mean, what a beam right there. I mean, that's tough. You peek the window looking for a free kill and you just lose your head. So that's a tough one. But now Toronto trying to hit their rotation. They do just that. But Cleveland surrounding this hill right now. They do a good job getting those kills. They're on the time. No silence. Setting up in the middle of the map, waiting for some free kills. Is going to get that.
And then the Cleveland Misfires, they are on this hill trying to inch their way closer to this, to a tie game to make the game favorable in their favor. So 30 seconds to go on this hard point time. They will bring him to about 100-point mark. But for Cassidy, he's the big nade thrower. His teammates have the gunny behind him. His big four go down. There is a Toronto break. Cleveland Misfires off the spawn trying to get to this hill, but Cooley if they're pushed up, Cleveland Misfires.
Cleveland, I mean, for the most part, all things considered, are doing a great job fighting in this one right now. Only going to be down by about 35 points right now as this next hard point about to pop up. Toronto have the initial on it, but Cleveland trying to get those close spawns. They're trying to wrap around the back right now. You have to deal with that number 6 player. Iffy that they do win that gunfight, though. Cleveland winning some key gunfights here, a chance to push on in.
And there goes the first kill by Silence. Can Blakey Boost find the second kill, but it does not matter. His teammates are all around the hill trying to get kills, and it does allow for Cleveland Misfires to get into this hill. You got player Aiden still just being a nuisance around the hill before he finally gets taken down. One Toronto player on the hill, he gets taken down. Hill in full control of Cleveland Misfires. It has been a grind, but these Cleveland Misfires are slowly inching their way back into this game. Coley does find one, but Bunks, he's sitting in front of this hill waiting for any Toronto Falters to show their face.
He's on a big roto right here. But Toronto going to be the first ones there in mass. So now Silence has to try to clutch this up. Currently double positive at 29 and 13. Looking for the triple positive if he can get it by the end of the map by the looks of it. But him and Bunks both got that double pause situation right now. Cleveland Misfires are going to get shot back at those. Toronto Falters, 2 players push on in, get those kills. They are going to counter one, but some nice gunfights going back and forth. Is Toronto going to overall win them on this new hill? 151 to 152. Cleveland got very close to taking the lead there temporarily, but Toronto fight on back, get themselves some solid time.
Yeah, man, this hole right here for Toronto is going to be big to try to just stretch their lead back up again because momentum is now favoring Cleveland Misfires. They do get a big 2-piece to break into the hill. MJ Horizon is just turning up his gun. He's trying to get a big 2-piece, but he finds one. His teammates are there. There is Jumpy. There is 3 and 2 that goes in the favor of Toronto that allows for Toronto to get the rest of that scrap time. The rotation to P1 is on, and Toronto Falters, they already set up, getting the kills to go in their favor. This hill should have started off in the favor of Toronto, but Cleveland did enough to get the hill first.
Cleveland. A little bit of a tough time, but for the most part, doing a great job. Toronto here, up by 11. Nothing too crazy. They have that P1 control, but they have to worry about Silence. He's on a quick little flank, picks up one, looking for more, is going to get taken down. Great shots coming in from Viscosity. That AR is cooking, but now Blakey Boost gets one, goes down. Cleveland Misfires. So yeah, Cleveland Misfires trying to push back here. They don't want to give up too much time on this P1 because it should be one that you keep contested pretty heavily. But Toronto, they pick up 3, looking for the 4th. But Ryzen is going to get a nice kill there, looking for a bit more. He's going to pick up a 2nd. His teammate picks up a 3rd. And just like that, things are going to break open a little bit. They get a little bit more map control.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to, they got to fight for everything now. They got to get this game closer to it than what it is right now. So they got to try to fight for everything. So this P2 is going to be a big hold. They got to try to keep these Toronto players, try to keep them strapped out, spawn out wherever they are, where they accrue as much hard point time as they can get. They have made this game mixy. They have made it scrappy. They have been down, but they are never out. There's a kill V just going back and forth, favoring Cleveland Misfires as they're holding off Toronto for now. First 15 off the board. If they can get another 15, that would be big. And they're just taking every Toronto player that tries to push in from that backside. One more player in the lighthouse. He gets taken down. Big 3-piece Cleveland Misfires. They're fighting back, CNK.
They're fighting all the way back indeed. And just like that, Cleveland Misfires looking hot. They've got the lead. Looking for a bit more as well, as they've got that rotation as well. You got to watch out for Jumpy, though. Been a little bit jumpy with those rotations, trying to see if he can get something going. Get some nice, clean shots off. You got to be nice and careful here. He's going to get taken down just like that. Cleveland nice and set up and waiting for that next hill. Guess what, Toronto? He made a broke into old, but guess what? Cleveland 20 seconds away from taking the map. They've only got one player on new, but that one player is Bunks, who's 38 and 21, so I think he can cook.
Yeah, man, he can kick, and he had to do a great job of trying to get this hill, trying to see if his team can secure the spawns, because 2 players did spawn out for the Cleveland Misfires, so this hill is going to be everything. 3 big kills go in the favor of Toronto Falters. Now their team is in. They got to get rid of player 1, takes him down. This team, Cleveland Misfires, are spawning out, trying to come in from the front of this hill. Let's see if Toronto Falters are making this read. They do make the read, but silence is being where he left off. Big dog for his team, getting 2 big kill. Bunks with a big 2-piece. He's being a big dog as well for his team. Cleveland Misfires in 10 seconds away from winning this. We got to see a break here from Iffy. He finds one. Can he find the second? No, he cannot. Bunks wins that. Now it's up to Vicacity. He finds one, but Blakey Boost is there. The trades are just going back and forth. His teammates are breaking in, but Rise's big 2-piece may have won the game, but there's not enough time. There goes the kill by silence. On to next, and Cleveland wins the game.
250 to 236. That one was looking really rough for a minute early on as Toronto started out very dominant, where they were up by like, what, 70, 80? Well, yeah, about 70 points at one point in time. And Cleveland, though, I mean, they got themselves all the way back in. It was about the 152-point mark where they caught all the way back up. And, I mean, from then on out, they kept Toronto on their toes all the way to the end where they took the victory. But I mean, you got players like
Toronto Falters in this Hossie, in this search and destroy. We did see Cleveland Misfires take the opening hard point, but due to rules and regulations, Toronto Falters will be up 1-0 in the series. You guys already know probably what happened in the chat, but we're just going to leave it right there. We're just going to leave it right there, and we are now in this hot seat in the search and destroy. Both teams keeping it neutral, keeping it very slow. We got 4-4 on the board. Bomb slowly making his way to the B site.
Ooh, but viscosity. He sees some toesy woesies right there. Oh, he knows got a lot of info going on over here. He's like, oh, that bomb's being planted. Boys, I need some help over here right now. Bomb planter going to go down before the bomb gets planted. Just like that. Big first blood for the side of Toronto. Second blood coming in as well. Silence, though. Gets 2 in return. Now going to be a 2v2 on the map. Bomb still not planted, though. Bunks has picked the bomb back up. 2 best players basically in the lobby. Still left alive for Cleveland.
2 best players in the lobby, but Coley takes down Bunks. Now it just leaves Silence by himself, trying to make this clutch happen. Only 14 seconds ago, if he sees him trying to sneak up to the bomb site, not enough time. Toronto Falters take the opening round.
I mean, big for Toronto right there. You're up 1-0 in the series. Going to go up 1-0 in the S&D as well. You know, it's got to feel good if you're Coley and you're Iffy. You take down those 2 players that were absolutely dominating that map 1, right? They both went basically double positive all the way to the end. Just slightly under that towards the end there as they slowed down a little bit. But still, getting it done there. Very scary players to go up against in those 1v1s and 1v2s and 2v2s just because they literally don't miss shots and they make the right play every time. But Toronto now going to be on offense, taking this bomb over towards that B side of the map. We'll see how Cleveland decides to counter.
They counter with 2-2 split, 2 guys on A, 2 guys watching mid, and they're actually at the top. No kills are being taken. Both teams playing is very slow. Silence almost pushed up, almost gave up his life with only 9 HP. He finally gets up. He allows his teammates to push over there to watch over him as he heals up. But Toronto Falters still haven't got this bomb past the 50-yard line mark. They're finally starting to work this way towards B. MJ Riser looking for one. Jumpy gets the first blood. Coley gets the second. Bunks here at the B site by himself with 3 Toronto Falters. Now it's just Blakey Boost in a 1v4 trying to make the flank from Lambeau to get this bomb to try to see if he gets to win this round. He just puts some shots down. Now his position is known. You just see all Toronto getting ready to push his position.
Toronto get it done. Nice clean round. Don't lose a single life right there, right? I believe. But nice little 2-0 lead at the moment in the S&D. Nice clean defense, nice clean offense to follow up. Viscosity, though, it's a nice one right here. Free one, right? You know, you're not giving this one up. You got a nice little iron hold right there. You let them roll into you, right? Don't give anything. Don't get crazy with it. Throw a stun, throw a nade, wait for him to push through. He doesn't have a choice. He's got to come after you. But just like that, Toronto up 2-0, looking for a big round 3 here. They're going to be back on defense. Cleveland, though, the answer back on offense.
Yeah, answer that. I mean, they got to try to. This is the round right here. You don't want to go down 3-0, so they're going to try to push this bomb towards this A site. 2 players trying to go through Vines, 2 players going through mid, but that trophy wasn't out of there on Vines. Iffy finds the first blood with the Kobe. Iffy with the second on 2 silence. Him having a big round 3 here, leaving MJ Rising and Bunks last to alive. MJ, I think he is the bomb carrier. He is closer to the A site, so he could try to get a quick plant down, but Jumpy takes down the player in the back. There goes Rising. Toronto Falters looking good in the search and destroy.
Looking fantastic here. 2 defenses and 1 offense on the board to go up 3-0. Coley. Wall bang him. That's what I'm talking about right there. You know, up 3-0 right now, you got to think, can they get it 3-1, get the Lakers effect going? Well, reverse Lakers effect, I guess, technically. Lakers are in a little bit of a hole right now, by the way. Just a quick little update. They're Q2, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. It's going to be 49-41 in favor of the Timberwolves. Just saying. Okay, moving back on to the game.
Back onto the game we go, and Toronto Falters making their way over to this B site. It's going to be up the side to try to stop this play as they push the Bucks. That's why in the first blood, but he runs into the double stack of the Toronto Falters. MJ Rising trying to make a play. He does find one, but he gets traded out immediately. Blakey Boost trying to find Jumpy. Viscosity takes out another player, just leaves Bunks last man alive for his team.
1v2. Definitely, like, if one of the 2 players that, like, in this lobby, or, like, you need something to happen, this is one of them. Iffy, the other one, I think. Just from what we saw on the map 1, the amount of 2 pieces and, like, crazy 1v1s that he was chowing out. Like, Bunks and Iffy are the 2 people in a 1v situation you want on the board. But, see that bomb down. Bunks knows it's not planting yet. Didn't see it, though, obviously. Like, Toronto knows they have to plant this bomb, right? They know they're not on defense. They know they're on offense, right?
Yeah, I mean, they got to know, but they think they was looking for the kill. Jumpy has found him, so Jumpy's going for the chase. Viscosity has the bomb. He has to get this bomb down on B. Bunks is just making plays, trying to see if he can find one. He does find one. Now it just leaves Viscosity with the one-on-one, trying to plant the bomb. Can the timing work out for Bunks? It does work out for Bunks, and he does get the double tap, like we mentioned earlier, because you're gonna make sure the zombies are down, and he goes for the defuse. Cleveland Misfires take a round 1-3.
These zombies, man, have been a problem today. We saw it in the first series. We're seeing it again here. You know, I understand, like, it's a problem, but don't worry about it. We got it solved now. Zombie problem is fixed. Don't have to worry about it anymore. But nice little 3-1. Cleveland Misfires. I mean, like I said, if there's a guy in this lobby you want on your team to go clutch that one up, Bunks is that guy. But to be honest, if we're looking at that one, top-down view, Toronto took a little too long to plant the bomb, right? They were hunting for the kill a little bit, which I can understand. 2v1 advantage. They had a lot of confidence in their gunny. They had 2 very talented players left alive, but, you know, didn't go their way. Now, Cleveland Misfires on offense rushing this B bomb site very quickly. Viscosity should have a lot of info very quickly. Gets a god nade as well. Jumpy going to get a kill as well. Viscosity getting the bomb planter as well. 1 player left. That's going to be Sounds in a 1v4. Makes it a 1v3 quick, but should get collapsed on. Goes down, and just like that, Toronto with a quick round. They're going to get themselves up 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, hey, great nade by Viscosity, man. Start the round off, just throwing it right over that tiki hut, and then, you know, looking for the toes to get that second kill was absolutely perfect. Leaving Silence in a 1v4, trapped in, teams in perfect position, making call-outs. All they got to do is get the kills. The guy's very weak. Toronto Falters continue to flow in this search and destroy 4-1. I mean, they're looking really good. They're on this attacking round. Let's see what they do here.
Take this bomb. We're going to do something really good with it. We're going to actually plant the bomb and stuff, which I can respect. But we're going to make our way towards this B bomb site. Guess who's there, though? Blakey Boost. Blakey Boost, ready and waiting. Lot going on over towards the A top side round. Number 6 player going to sneak through a little bit here. Jumpy, maybe a chance to make a play. Never mind. Does get spotted out a little bit. He's going to back off. But Silence picks up 1 clean kill. Goes for a second. Gets that one as well. Big first blood and second blood. Kill Blakey Boost. Getting a big one over towards that B bomb site. Now, 1v4. Viscosity at 7-2 right now. Has a chance to do something absolutely spectacular to get his team to 5-1, but could be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, he's open
they're
to
looking for him. They're looking for him.
yeah, they are. They are absolutely sensible. Bunk's first one up finds him. Bad timing right there by Viscosity. Turns around at the last minute. That patient buzz. When you're in such a destroyer, that time is ticking. That patient buzz gets you, and he turns around right at the wrong second, and he able to take down by Bunks. Good round there by Cleveland Misfires.
Shout out to Cleveland. Needed a big round. They get just that. Now it's gonna be 2-4, still down by 2 rounds, so nothing too crazy. But shout out to Silence. This guy is making some plays with that SMG. You're gonna have to see a few more big ones like that if they want to be able to win this one. Toronto playing things nice and slow, trying to play things together. They're making sure they're not giving anything up for free, which you love to see that. But now we're gonna see big A push coming in once again over towards this B side. But guess what? 2 players here this time around. Jumpy gonna pick up 2 right off the bat. Bunk's looking for that player, but Jumpy gets a 3rd, looking for the 4th. Jumpy gets the ace and the quad. Let's get it, baby.
Good ace, good quad by Jumpy. Just starting off going on that B side, getting every kill he can get that you need to get for this round. His teammate sets him up for the last kill to get the ace. Great teammate, great teammate to set him up for that bait and switch. Cleveland Misfires are on. Toronto Falters on a match point. Jumpy 9-3, doing what his team needs to get past the Cleveland Misfires and go up 2-0 in this series.
Jump back.
He said, jump
be
in,
that
boy.
guy.
Doing his thing. Yeah, I mean, doing his thing.
Yeah, I mean 9-3. This guy is spectacular. Getting some nice clean shots off right there. Ooh, watch out. You never know when this guy's going to just jump at you. Getting some nice clean kills. But 5-2. Toronto Falters looking to close this one out. See if they can do it here. 4-4 on the map. Toronto not moving at all. They're letting Cleveland make a mistake because they know Cleveland loves to get active. They love to move. Right now, Cleveland, though, they're trying to force Toronto to move. But Blakey Boost, he's over toward Lambeau. He's checking out the draft right now over at the NFL. He'll make his way back away, though. Iffy, though. Lots of player out. Gets a nice clean first blood just like that. It's going to be opener they need. He gets the second one as well as he takes down Bunks. That's going to be massive as Cleveland now. Silence and Blakey Boost 2v4 to stay alive in the S&D. 1v4 now.
Yeah, all of the silence, man. Thank you. It's tough. Now they're going to get this bomb down on BC to stop the planner. But he runs into a host of Toronto Falters. They take the round. Take the Search and Destroy 6-2. Go up in this series 2-0. I mean, I wish Cleveland probably wish they would have checked, their attachments and everything on their guns before that map. They didn't plant the bomb, so that could have cost them here. But we are here in this control. Toronto Falters can win the map with a win here on this control. They are starting off on the offense. A big defense from Cleveland to force a map 4. And they got to do a swing map. MJ Risings and Silence are starting off with the colors. So the colors are going to be a little flip right now for us, but it's going to be good for you guys.
Jumpy, though. Looking pretty good out of nowhere. I mean, I say out of nowhere. I mean, 2-piece from Jumpy, 2-piece from Coley. Toronto Falters picking up right where they left off, right? This defense looking great, already pushing towards those spawns. But guess what? Those spawns, going to be a little difficult to mess with. Iffy with another 2-piece here. Got to reload. Guess what? The reload not coming in time. Now Bunk's in a 1v4 while the teammates try to spawn back up. Make it a 1v3, though, because it did get 1 kill there. But just trying to stay alive temporarily so the teammates can move up the map as they keep pushing towards that rock side of the map, right? It's going to be a lot easier to push out a spawn there because it's a little bit further away from the objective, so a lot of teams tend to leave that lane open.
Yeah, I mean, you leave it open, but because you can quickly go through mid to get through, that be rejected. But you see Toronto, you see Cleveland Misfires doing another B attack as they're stacking the point. Word to Jim, got all 3 of their players. The second segment's on the way, trying to get the third. Viscosity finds 1 player sleeping. Can he find the second? He does find the second. Looking for the third. He finds the third and single-handedly clears off the B site. 30 seconds to go for Cleveland Misfires, trying to make their way to a side player 3. Silence has snuck his way over to B, so he probably can finish off B as another mid-spot while his team is on that.
Toronto, though, never going to stop fighting back here. That's for sure. These guys are always going to be shooting to the day they die. Shout out Bunks right there. Making some plays for the teams is going to go down, though. Always a Toronto player ready to help some teammates out.
I mean, Cleveland, they're so close on both of these sites. Just a little small segment on B. They need a full segment on A. 15 seconds to go. They got to stop the clock. Bucks get it with a big kill right there. Silence follows it up. They got to look out for Viscosity, who's been that guy. That B site just won't get capped for the Cleveland Misfires. There's only 10 seconds to go. Blakey Booth is making his last ditch attempt to try to get to this B side, but if he says not today, takes him down. Bunks with a 1v1, with a 1v2, getting surrounded by Cleveland Misfires, and this is the round of silence. Oh my God, Silence is a rising, gives him a couple more seconds to fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be a +1 minute right there. That's gonna be massive. Only 6 lives remaining though. Need 1 tick on B to secure the round here, or then go get 10 kills. Either way. But Viscosity just gets 1 out of spawn there, so got to be a little bit careful. Cleveland still trying to push this one forward here. Got to be careful. Silence, though. First one up. Only 3 lives remaining. Well, 3 lives. I mean, the 3 left alive, right? Obviously, Blakey Boost will not be respawning this round. 8 total lives remaining for the side of Toronto Falters. So quite the advantage there.
Big right now. Oh, man. 30 seconds to go. Got to work the team. They're all together in the back. There's 2 big kills that happen for Toronto Falters, but then there's 2 big kills that happen for Toronto Falters. Just leaves Silence by itself. 1v5. They know he's on this time. He's trying to shoot over the fence. He gets taken down. Toronto Falters take the opening round defense.
I mean, we're not complaining about Hacienda Control getting 4 ticks on offense. We're really not going to complain about that at all. Sorry, 5 ticks, right? They got 5 because they got 2 onto the B secured, right? Because they almost got it. So, I mean, if you're Cleveland, you're pretty happy with that, right? Especially with the way things went multiple different times there. You're happy you even fully secured one of the objectives. So, Cleveland looking very good on that first offense. We'll see if they can counter with a phenomenal defense here. The way these guys are shooting right now, they get a little bit of map control on defense here. They could get Toronto trapped up pretty good and start chaining some kills in their favor. But Toronto, very good at kind of tightening things up, playing together, closing those gaps, making sure that these Cleveland players can't just free form them. So we'll see how this initial push goes towards the A side of the map. You're going to see the side of Cleveland trying to push on through very aggressively, trying to get some early map control towards the opposite side of the map just to shoot these players in the back. And that is going to work out. Some decent success there. You're going to go 2 for 3 in the first initial set of kills there. But Silence, though, push all the way up. No one's going to know he's here. Get the free kill. It's almost a second, but if he's going to win a big one. Eesh.
Yeah, he took him down, boy. That was a good kill right there. That was a good kill. Now we're working on this defensive round. This is 2-1-1, 26 of the lives, 50 a minute to go on the clock. Pretty much. Silence and Viscosity are lighting up the kill feed as they're going 1 for 1, rising with a big 2B. Well, he finds a way to get that kill on the hill, but he knows he is there. He has to take him down for 1 segment. Has been progressed for the Toronto Falters as they're trying to attack these sites. They are still pushed pretty much back in their spawns. So trying to work out their spawns have been a little tough task for the Toronto Falters. The Cleveland Misfires are doing a great job of applying pressure, but there goes some big kills in the favor. Wait, I'm not watching this map right now. I just see Cleveland turned up by his B side because they thinking that Cleveland's going to make their way towards B.
Sneaky play going on here a little bit. The A-port only has 1 tick on it right now. So for the side of Toronto, you start picking things up quick. And if you're going to pick up 2 kills right there, should open things up quite a bit for this team. Ryzen, though, has been popping off a lot in this round. Picks up 1, gets a second pretty big kill right there. Ryzen absolutely shooting right now. They're going to lose basically every player. They do secure the second tick, but not much time on the board. 14 seconds remaining as they've got to try to get something going. The push coming in from Rockside to pick up that initial kill, looking for a little bit more. Ryzen, though, on a 5 streak, looking for some more. Has a player jump over the top of him. He's got some team help as well. Picks up 1, picks up 2.
Oh, my.
His teammate picks up the 3rd. Oh. Jumpy might be the guy.
Yeah, 3.8 on the clock. That's all they needed was Bucks. He knows everybody's coming in from Rock. They stopped it. Good defense right there by Toronto Falters. They kept them mostly trapped back in their spawns for like most of the map. So, you know, that time was just slowly ticking away. But MJ Rising absolutely is.
I mean, Ryzen had a phenomenal round. That's the MVP of the round for sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got what, like 10 kills that round alone, probably. So that's pretty good. I mean, a third.
Though he went off.
And that's what matters. And that is
Yeah.
what matters, if we're being honest. Because that's big stuff. But here we go. Big reset here. Both teams 1-1. I say reset, but you know what I mean. Like 1-1 on the board. Cleveland back on the attack. First time around, they had 5 total ticks in their first offense. We'll see if they can chow that out. Maybe go a little bit better, get a full round win this time around. But Jumpy over at Rocks very much at the moment. But we don't know that for sure. So Toronto has this one tied up 1-1. Cleveland have 5 ticks. Toronto have 2 ticks. That may or may not matter. We'll find out later. But Cleveland, they're going to be the attacking team here, starting things out hot. Get 2 kills, get themselves over towards that B set. They've got 2 players on. Coley trying to counter it. Is going to, get a nice kill right there. I thought he was going to lose his head, but does kill 1. Viscosity going to kill 1 on the other side of the map. So it's going to open things up quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, now we got this Toronto team getting off this B side because they know Cleveland likes to attack the B side off the break, trying to get B out the way. Even though they got so close, could not get that B out the way on the first site. They know that's the Cleveland strat. They love to go B, so they just decided to defend that off. But Silence is still popping off his gun. He just never cools down. His team's trying to push up. His team's now pushed up past the 50-yard line, trying to get this A side, but they got to watch out for Iffy. Iffy's been the big gunny for Toronto, and he's been a tough kill all night.
I mean, been a very tough kill, that's for sure. But 21-22 lives right now. 35 seconds remaining on the round. Cleveland Misfires have not got a tick yet, but they're on A. They're getting some spawn kills as well. So you got to think they should be able to get their first tick on the board here very quickly of the round. Oh, hey! Here we go. Oh, Silence. Hit him with it right there. Let him know. No free gunfights for you. If you want to win a gunfight, you better show up hitting every shot. Ooh, team kill's going to hurt a lot, actually, right there. That's 2 ticks on the board. The team kill's going to hurt. Okay. He's going to shoot his teammate right there. And Jumpy just pops up and does Jumpy things.
Yeah. Him and Iffy be going crazy now.
Yeah, for real. So for real. They love their multi-kills so much. Oh, Silence almost had that. Horizon cleans up. Look at that.
There we go. Segment off the board. 15-11 are lives. Minute 30 on the clock. Ryzen, calm down. 3? Oh, no, he's not getting 3. But he almost got 3. But Coley does get a big 2-piece. It allows for Silence and Blakey Boost to push up to that B side. Blakey's going to recruit that upper in time. Silence was trying to push up to get some kills, but he gets taken down. Now Blakey by himself. He gets surrounded by 2 Toronto Falters players. Clears the time. 10-8 to go. A minute and 10 on the clock. Toronto, Cleveland Misfires. They're looking good if they could just keep these lives how they are.
Make it 8-7. I mean, Jumpy's on a 4-streak right now, and this guy's just hitting some crazy gunnies right now. I mean, this guy's just going to chow everybody out. He doesn't really care. I like this, though. Sitting well, waiting. Oh, stay alive, baby. Stay alive, baby. He's getting called out. He's just, hey, shoot me. Shoot me. Do it. Do it. I mean, he does not care right now, Toronto Falters. I have no idea, but the rock push is crazy. Viscosity, you're going to call it out, but Bunks with a nasty kill right there. No ticks on a B yet, but this one's tied up 66 as far as lives are concerned. Cleveland looking pretty good on their push.
Yeah, I mean, I played a 5, just backed up. Blakey said, man, I can't get past this guy. I got to back up, wait for my teammates.
Look at the movement coming out of his gun.
Now we're at 4-4, but Silence just made it 4-3. 22 to go live. They only got a little bit of segment at this B side. They got to try to get this B side. There they go. They pushed up. There's the stack where the gems is going to be up to Coley to try to make a play, try to get these kills. Only 2 left, and Silence gets behind both of them and makes the play. Cleveland Misfires win the round. I think they're up. Are they up 2-1 or is it? I don't.
Yeah, they're up 2-1. They're up 2-1. That's a big offensive win right there. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Wait, oh my God. Nah, he's pretty talented.
He's actually 7-8. He's trash. He's negative, bro. He's trash. Ryzen's been popping off all series. He's trash, man. Get him out of here. I want him gone.
That's what somebody would say.
He's gonna have to come to my roster, bro. It's trash. Gonna have to come play with me. Sorry, Cleveland. You lost a player. That's tough. I mean, I feel like Ryzen hasn't got as much of a shout out from us because of how good Bunks and Silence have been doing, but Ryzen's been getting some crazy kills for his team. He's been clutching up like crazy.
Yeah.
And we've called
like
him
a big 2, 3, big 2, big 3. You know what I mean? I caught him on the first game. The first game I caught him out. Silence, but Silence is 5. Look at that, 5. What can you say?
Hot
Jumpy
talent over there.
takes down that 5. Oh, that was me. I just got silenced there. Messed up his streak. But 26 to 27, these teams are both trying to get to these control sites. You see both teams, they just really can't get past the 50-yard line, no matter if they're on offense or defense. So the best thing to do is try to get that 1 down, 2 down, and then slowly push up. Try to probably get a stack. Word to Jims would work, but man, it just seems like both teams when they're on offense just get stuck in that back little side. So they gotta try to push any side. So right now, Rock, the B push, inside Toronto is deciding to attack this A side.
You got silence right where you want him, in your spawn, right? That's exactly where you want that guy. But 24 seconds left. Cleveland doing a great job with these kills right now, and really not letting Toronto anywhere near these hills at all. Just getting nonstop trades in their favor. A lot of two pieces coming in as well. But 16 lives remaining for Toronto. Iffy with a big kill there. We'll see if that opens things up a little bit. Ooh, watch out the player top Belk right there. That's going to be Silence, who's not giving that one up. Yeah, he picks up 2. He's going to get that.
Oh.
Well, okay, Sounds. All right. My bad. Sorry I said anything that Ryzen was good. You're better. My bad. My bad. That's on me.
It was third, then it was like 4th, 5th, just like that. He didn't even see it. But anyway, man, that's 3-0. That's 3-1. Victory for the Cleveland Misfires. And that was one thing that I was kind of like mentioning before this match started, is that Cleveland, they like to stick together.
Hell, it's not even IW. We'll take IW, but you know, it's something. It's something. But it's BOC. I'm just kidding. I'm trolling. But P1 popped up. Blakey Boost, first kill on the board, but 2 in favor of Toronto Falters to counter that one out immediately. Big one coming in from Silence, though, is he likes to silence the haters as much as he possibly can. See what he can do today.
Good bar right there. No lie, that was a great bar. You just laid down on the chat right there. They should, they should be blessed to have somebody dropping knowledge in bars like that. But I mean, this first P1 is just looking. It was looking very mixy. No team wanted to touch it for Cleveland Misfires. Said, let me get a little piece of that hill. Even though Toronto Falters are lighting up this kill feed, doing what they do. Every player just gets in a position and they know exactly where the opposing team is coming from, and they get kill after kill. But right now, the last scrap time will go in the favor of the Cleveland Misfires. They will have a 20-7 lead, but Toronto Falters are in prime position to take control of this power P2 hill.
I mean, look at Viscosity starting out 7-1 on a 6 streak right now, looking to keep stacking bodies right now. Definitely not a caster curse coming through here. I would never want to do that to someone. But Cleveland Misfires losing a couple lives there in a row. They lose a third as Jumpy is going to go down. But Viscosity staying alive, gets a 7th, does finally go down. Probably didn't get the cruise missile there because wasn't getting much hill time. Actually, no hill time at all. So definitely didn't get the cruise there. But Toronto Falters trying to get a little bit of a retake here. 35 seconds left on this hard point. P2 going to be a big one here going forward.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, man. Like, right when you think you got the spawns, Silence just make a play. He jumps through, gets the spawns. But Jumpy and Iffy is the 2 players that we think could make a difference for the Toronto Falters, are making the difference. Well, actually, it's Viscosity, but the subs are doing their part. Viscosity is being that big AR for his squad. The rotation is on 2 P3. It's going to look like the rotation is going to be won by player 2, but he got to watch out for Toronto Falters. 2 players really got the favorable spawns in the bag, so the rotation now has been won by Toronto Falters. Bunks with a big 2-piece. He's looking for 3. Blakey, the closest teammate up to the hill, he gets taken down by Jumpy, leaves player 2, who finally gets taken down. Jumpy, his trigger finger is Jumpy today as he's taking down teammates. 45-37. Cleveland are in the hill. Toronto Falters spawning in the back. Bucks making the lead.
Yeah, Toronto unfortunately had 2 team kills right there. One of them, the player was probably going to die either way, but the other one definitely slowed things up for their team, most definitely. But 30 seconds remaining on this hard point. This side of Cleveland looking like they can get a lot of this time here if they're careful. But you let one player through, doesn't really matter though. Bunk's going to be on a 6 streak, looking for more, does get taken down. RC car secured in the back pocket, never going to see that popped out, but still secured in the back pocket because, you know, we're going to play with RCs out in the field whenever we want. We should race
right,
like around the map, outside of the map or something.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be
pretend
fun.
like there's no match going on.
No match, just start racing them through the little vents and stuff that they have on this
Be
map.
awesome.
That would be cool. But here we go. We're in this P4 bathtub hill. It's being controlled right now by Silence. Cleveland Misfires, they're loving this fast-paced map, loving the chows, loving the close quarters that they can get in. But the Toronto Falters are doing a good job of making this map close. They make the games close. They make sure that they're in this game to the very end. They don't give up. They fight all the way to the end. They stick together as a team, as 3 second teammates. Just get 3 big kills. Jumpy get the 4th. You send all Cleveland back to their spawns, and big hill time for Toronto Falters.
But we said that on this map, the way Cleveland plays at their high pace, that Jumpy and Iffy were going to have to really like pick up the pace with them. We know they can do it, and they're doing just that, right? I mean, they're matching this pace that Cleveland is setting down, and they're kind of keeping their team in it as their ARs like to play a little bit slower, but Viscosity also doing a great job at this high pace. But right now, Cleveland have the lead at the moment, but Toronto Falters trying to get themselves a big rotation. They start diving into this hard point, trying to get Blakey Boost out of it, and just that, Iffy with a nice kill there. Trying to reload the sub right now because he knows it's a better gun. Gets a nice kill there. Does get shot in the back, but no big deal. The teammates are spawned up on the good side of the map and looking to reinforce.
Yeah, man, I was just watching Viscosity. He just does a great job of just playing the AR spots. He gets to the AR spot. He's make sure he's holding it down. He's getting any kill that goes in his favor. Look at this boy Cooley watching down bottom Jim before he gets taken down. But it allows his teammates to push onto the hill to start getting hill time. Viscosity in that power position that he needs to be in for the AR, but he does not see Silence, who made his way through the back. Spawns are flipped. Nobody has that favorable P2 spawns, but for this P1, it looks like Toronto did get the closer spawn, but the kills are just lighting up for Cleveland. You got player 7. He's the last player in the back who's trying to control these spawns for his team. He says P2 is getting ready to jump. Hope you guys are rotated, but he does not know the spawns did not work out for him.
Did not indeed, but this game's still pretty much tied up. I mean, we're within 8 points of each other on the second P2 of the map. We'll see Toronto Falters. Pretty spread on the map right now, but getting some decent kills. Maybe an opportunity to get a nice push towards this hill very soon. But Blakey Boost right there, cleaning up Jumpy. Get Coley taken down as well. And Cleveland Misfires, they get the kills they need. They should be able to get some big map time here. Is Iffy, though, just staying alive. I mean, I thought he had that kill for a second. That would have been nuts. But he does get taken down.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland Misfires, we're back into this P2, trying to collect the rest of the scrap time. The push from piano, the push from elevator. Everything is getting shut down by Toronto Falters. MJ rising, doing his thing, going on his 2 kill streaks like he normally goes on. That's the scrap time, probably going in the favor of Toronto, but the rotation has been made by Cleveland Misfires. I think this may have been an overchow as 2 big kills work out, but make that 3 for Toronto Falters as they're in the hill. They may not have got the rotation battles, but they are winning the battles that are important as they're accruing hardpoint time. 3 big kills. Blakey Boost. All spawns get a big 2. Trying to find Coley, but Coley takes him down. Toronto Falters tie his game up at 120, looking to stretch their lead now, and they got to get ready for that P4 rotation next.
That big roto coming through. See Toronto trying to clean up some of this kitchen time right now. If they can get a bunch of this, that would be kind of helpful. But Cleveland gonna fight this one to the last second, it looks like. They know they've got the spawns for new, so they're willing to kind of fight things out at P3. But then we're gonna see 1 player spawn up. That's gonna be number 4 player Silence. If he's gonna get a nice kill there, maybe pushing this through for his team. We'll see the follow-up momentarily. 2 players do get some nice kills for the side. If he picks up 1, gets his second kill somehow, looking for a 3rd. This man might be Himothy.
He's absolutely insane. Big 4-piece, make that a 5 before he goes down. Allows his teammates to spawn up. Toronto Falters are trying to close this map here on a skyline. The spawn out for Cleveland has been made. Viscosity trying to make the cutoff from pool, but the call-outs have been made. They're all coming through long. Be ready, guys, but it did not matter. Cleveland Misfires broke into the point, and they're still fighting in this game. We saw this from the first hard point. Cleveland was down, but they started fighting and they found a way to win that first hard point. They need a win here. They can force a map of 5, and this map is one hell of a map right now, CNK.
I mean, I tell you what, every time it feels like Cleveland's going to get like a massive advantage, Toronto's just like, oh, did you say we're going to get a little 3-piece on the map? We're going to get a little 3-piece right here? And they, Coley, Iffy, Jumpy, they're all doing it. I mean, Viscosity did it too. I mean, these guys are going nuts right now. Shout out to Coley, that's my goat. But I mean, look at this right now. Cleveland Misfires trying to keep themselves in this game. They're doing a great job. This P1 just seems to be one of those spots where they just love picking up time here. They love picking up 30 seconds on this, letting Toronto get like 5, and that's it. But here we go. Jumpy going to get a couple clean kills on there. Gets taken down, though, so got to be nice and careful. 3 kills going the way of Bunks. Another 3-piece coming in. Everyone's getting 3 pieces today, but Bunks at 38 and 23. You fully expect that. But 155 to 175, that 25-point difference is looking pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15 seconds for the lead change. This P2 rotation is going to be big. I want to call it a power hill, but it has not been a power hill for no team. No team has been able to take advantage of this P2, but Toronto is here first. Let's see if this can be their time to take advantage, to stretch this game, get themselves in the striking position. P2 is here. The first 5 seconds favoring Toronto. They got to find 3. He's the last player up, and they take him to the first wave of Cleveland Misfires. They get taken down. Toronto do a great job holding down this opening 20 seconds. They got to stay on the time. Don't leave the time. Keep accruing as they're going to get closer to this 200-point mark. Silence is in. He gets a big 2-piece. Teammates follow up with kills on the outside of the hill. Now it's time for Cleveland to start building out.
Cleveland Misfires. Definitely not getting those misfires today, but you know how it is. That's how it be. But Toronto Falters, I mean, they're doing a good job here. Just cleaning up a lot of this scrap time. I say that as Bunk's going to once again get a nice little 2-piece. 41 and 26. This man, he's fighting for a new title in the server. He's looking for that Platinum Division title. We'll see if he can get it one day. But Jumpy, I'm just kidding. Jumpy, get a nice 2-piece once again. Down by 3 points. Can the Toronto Falters bring this one back? Guess what? They do just that. They tie it up. They take the lead. But Cleveland Misfires, quick little flank from Silence, picks up 1. His teammate's going to clean up the rest. Never mind. Coley staying alive temporarily. He is going to go down. Now Cleveland on this time. The close spawns from Toronto. They should be here back in no time. We'll see if we get that first early kill. We'll see if they get a little more out of this push. Ryzen, though. Whew, for a second, I thought Ryzen was going to cook. He does that from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, he does enough, man, to judge his teammates, allows teammates to push out. He makes the call out, so his teammates know exactly where these players are coming from. 3 big kills by Cleveland. They gotta find Jumpy. He's the last one up for his team. There's a pitch in from Toronto. Doesn't work. They do get 3 big kills. They are in. This map is gonna go to a map 4, 223. I mean, to a hill 4, 223, 225. Cleveland is actually getting this scrap time, but Toronto has the spawns for new. Can they win it here in the bathtub of Silence, making the underground route? This would be a big break if he can break this, but he has to wait for his teammates, and it's not looking good as 3 of his teammates go down.
You got to be nice and careful here. Toronto only down by 6 points, back on this time. Silence trying to push on in. He has the team help now, so if he pushes on through, he's going to have plenty of team help to follow up. But the first kill coming through, that's going to be Bunks. Jumpy going to counter that if he as well is here. Jumpy with 2 big kills coming through the side of Toronto Falters. Another triple kill in their favor. Jumpy being the absolute GOAT today. 15 more seconds. This one's going to be over. Cleveland trying to hard charge across the map. Ryzen around the back, gets spotted out. Almost gets the first kill, but does get taken down. 2 more for the side of Toronto. Make it a third. It's going to be Blakey by himself. Picks up 1, looking for more. Is taken down. 1 more push, but guess what? There's no time. 250 to 227 as the Toronto Falters take the series in a 3-1 fashion.
Hey, man, hey. Down but not out. Cleveland Misfires was just pushing around the map, giving them immense pressure. But like we mentioned, and like, you know, like somebody mentioned in the chat, that campy lifestyle, that just playing together, playing the trades, being, you know, just playing the map, just the map knowledge. I think the map knowledge for Toronto